Hey guys, this is Coach Bill with Fat Loss Made Easy. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday so far. We're kind of enjoying this little bit of weather change here in the Temecula Marietta Valley. Kind of cooled off a little bit. Gave us a little break from the heat that we've been having for the last few months. Not sure how long it's going to last. Guys, today's topic had an interesting way it came about. And today's topic is actually going to be do you need to exercise to lose body fat or fat weight, however you want to say it. And how it came about was I got a question. I had somebody contact me on my on one of my social media sites, and they've been following me for a while. And so what they did was they sent me a message, and they said, "Okay, Bill, we've been watching your videos on weight loss, and you talk a lot about the root cause, which is a hormone, which is known to control or add weight or fat. And you keep talking about how you have to take this certain hormone, which is insulin, and you have to get it under control if you're looking to actually lose fat weight, which is true. And then they say once you get this hormone, insulin, under control, that also affects other hormones that could easily cause you to gain weight. And those are the hormones that are known to increase your appetite. And that's true also. So then they said, okay, so if it's hormonal driven and it's all driven by food, which most all of it is, then why would you have to exercise if all you really needed to do was get certain hormones that were known to cause issues and to drive storing fat, get those under control, and then you'll lose weight. And you know what? That's true. I mean, I've told you guys the root cause to most of your issues with overweight or belly fat is going to be hormonal. And I told you that one of the drivers for imbalanced hormones, or the hormones that's known to store fat is out of control, is food driven. And science has been telling that for years. When our diet was changed, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, to what we now call it a standard American diet, and how they said that you have to go on a high carb, low fat meal plan in order to lose weight. And obviously it didn't work because right now we have a major issue in the young and old with obesity. And sadly, we are now having an epidemic with the young and old with type 2 diabetes, which is most all of that is food driven also, and which means that hormone that is known to store fat is completely out of control because of the standard American diet. We've gotten away from the lifestyle that our ancestors did for over 2,000 years. Well, so I thought I'd come on today and share, and I made me think a little more. And I have had clients in the past that actually had physical issues where they could not exercise. I had a couple that were pretty much in a chair most of their time that they were actually going through their weight loss journey because of surgery or some kind of other issue. And both of them, particularly one of them, who was probably in her mid 60s, I think, somewhere around there, lost well over 30 pounds without even exercising. Now, of course, um, they went around the house, walked around the house, or they were in a wheelchair and they, used the wheelchair around the house. Some of them who didn't go to the gym, or they didn't do any kind of exercising. Only what they did around the house: clean the house, maybe mowing the lawn. A couple of them were walking 3 days a week. But these people never really went to the gym. They lifted no weights. They had no cardio program at all. And every single one of them who were consistent and followed the course or the package, every single one of them lost weight. Now, I will say this though. If you're looking to lose that belly fat or body fat in a short amount of time, obviously you're going to have to introduce yourself to some kind of exercising. Now, does it have to be going to the gym? Absolutely not. It could be done at home. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do at home. If you have stairs, you can go up and down stairs and get your heart rate up to 65 or 75% and do that for 20 minutes. Or you can get some rubber bands and work out with rubber bands 3 days a week. You don't need to go to the gym. Probably one of the best things you could probably do is go outside and walk. Find a area around your house that might have some slight hills to it, and go for walks 3 days a week while you're trying to lose that belly fat and body fat. Because what happens is when you when you've got that hormone that's under control and you become more fat adapted, you're going to start burning your own stored body fat, because now not only are you eating higher fat foods, but you have introduced intermittent fasting. So remember, I've told you that when you are eating fatter foods, good fat, good dietary fats, and you're keeping your carbs very low, you are burning the fat from the foods you are eating. So, which means your body has gotten away from glucose as its main source of energy, because now you've been eating higher good dietary fats for the last 60, 90 or so days. Your body is producing what we are calling ketones through the liver, which is a much better source of energy, not only for the brain, but for the whole body. And the only way you're going to produce ketones from the liver is by burning fat. And that's what you want. So then when you're actually doing, now this is the kicker here. This is the one that's going to tip you over here. This is what's going to really start to escalate your fat burning, even if you're not able to exercise, is intermittent fasting or extended fastings, or what we do, alternate day fastings. Because then what are you doing? You're not eating any calories whatsoever. You're having your hydrogen-rich water, I hope. You're having your sea salt with your water. You're drinking apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar before you go to bed at night for your potassium. You can have black coffee, or you can have green tea while you're going through your fasting period. And you guys know I follow up everything with science, and you know there's so much science out there. I just got a recent science report that was where they took athletes and put them on a scheduled intermittent fasting, and the results were phenomenal when it came to recovery. How quickly they were able to recover from a very hard training session. So this particular research is really exciting to me, and it's something I'm going to save, and I'll probably end up doing a video about it. So the whole conversation here is, do you have to exercise to lose belly fat or body fat? And the answer is going to be no, you don't. Just you by moving around your house or whatever, your normal lifestyle. If you stay consistent on the meal plans and you combine it with intermittent fasting, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? You're going to end up losing body fat. You may not lose it as quickly as you'd like, but it's going to happen because it's all hormonal. And once you get your hormones in balance, then it starts to come off even more. But of course, if you introduce yourself to a workout, which we have, it's called interval resistance strength training, which is done 3 days a week at a gym, or even if you have in-home weights, you can do it there. Yes, you are going to escalate fat burning, and you're going to see the inches come off much, much faster. Now, the next question she brought up, which was kind of interesting, was I heard you talk a lot about autophagy, Bill, and how if you, by doing a 16-hour fast or longer, you could actually put your body into an environment known as autophagy, which is body's own natural way of detoxing, and it helps to elevate certain growth hormones and slow premature aging. Now, do you have to, now this was a great question. Do you have to exercise to get into autophagy? You know what? I sat back and I'm thinking about that, and I'm looking back at all the research that I've looked online in the journal sites of autophagy and even in the news and all the new stuff. And you know what? No, you don't have to exercise to put yourself into an environment which is known by science as one of the healthiest environments you could possibly put your body into, and that's autophagy. Now, there's different levels of autophagy, and there's still a lot of research going on which levels are going to benefit you the most. Now, so far, what I'm reading is your longer fastings will actually put you into a therapeutic autophagy, which is used for people that have cancer. So people with cancer, they're looking to starve the cancer cells by putting themselves in autophagy because cancer can't live off of fat. And besides, you know, I mean, those of you that may know somebody who had cancer, or those of you that may have cancer or now post-cancer, you know that cancer cells are driven by sugar. They're also driven by high starchy carb meals that you're having throughout the whole day. You're just feeding your cancer cells. So if you're going on a extended fast or a long fast, you're not eating any food at all, then once you've depleted all the glycogen and glucose out of your blood, out of your body, out of your muscles and your blood cells, and all there's left is your own stored fat that's being absorbed into the blood to be burned as fuel. Well, research is now showing, especially Thomas Seifield's proven, that in this environment of autophagy, cancer can't live off fat. It lives off of sugar and obviously starchy high carb meals throughout the day. Insulin is what it lives off of. So if you restrict the amount of glucose you're taking in every day, then you're going to have some kind of a result when it comes to losing weight. So but they're also, science is also saying, and that's why we don't really do a lot of 72-hour fasts, that if you go past, now this is only if you're not obese. This is only if you're not, say you're 5'8" and you're 300 pounds or more. That is obesity. And yes, you can go longer than 72 hours fasting because there's plenty of food sitting in those fat cells. But if you're someone like us or someone that just needs to lose 10 or 15 pounds, we don't recommend you doing a lot of the 72 hours. Now, we do recommend you doing some 72 hours because that's actually putting your body into a really deep stage, a deep stage of autophagy, which is known as therapeutic autophagy. And then after 72 hours, this is what, now research changes all the time. So that's why I have to keep looking at it, because now what they're saying is that after 72 hours of fasting, you start losing some of that therapeutic ability that autophagy actually brings. So I think, I mean, for us and for most, fasting 40 hours, 46 hours, maybe once or twice a week, or maybe once or twice a month is probably really a good way to help detox and cleanse the body. Especially, well, we already know that intermittent fasting is a healthy way of cleansing and cleaning the gut out. We already know that. So, guys, you don't have to exercise to lose belly fat or body fat, but you do have to have the right tools if you want to see the results, and you're going to have to educate yourself and understand how those tools work and which hormones you need to actually work on. And you also need to monitor your blood glucose and your blood ketones as you're doing this, because if you're not exercising and all you're doing is just whatever your daily lifestyle is, you just want to make sure that you're staying in fat burning most of the time with what foods you're eating, and then during your intermittent fasting. And so that's why we recommend to all of our clients to do the blood glucose readings and the blood ketone readings. So anyway, guys, I hope you saw some value in this. I hope that may, now, like I said, we recommend you, if you can exercise, do some kind of resistance strength training. That just adds more to the health puzzle, because there's a whole bunch of stuff, and one of them is exercising. Actually, exercising really, really helps mentally. So if you're a high stressor, start exercising 3 days a week or more, and that's going to help lower your cortisol level, which will help you burn more of that body fat too. Okay, guys, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it for all kinds of different training information. You could also go to my Fat Loss Made Easy Facebook group page. In the downloads, I have some free books for you on beginner's mistakes. I even have a free book for those of you that have type 2 diabetes that you can read about how to lower your blood sugars also. And I also have all kinds of my good fat burning recipes in there. And I just put in a new book for my online, or for my Facebook group. It's a brand new book I did, and it's about bioidentical hormones versus synthetic hormones. And reason why I wrote this, because because of the environmental toxins, how bad they're getting today, how toxic our food is today, and how much, the estrogen in our food is ridiculous. And the estrogen in water is just horrible. And that's causing a lot of medical issues, because now people are so estrogen dominant. So I wrote a book, and when somebody is estrogen dominant like that for eating the standard American diet for years, and they're overweight, or they're on medical prescription drugs and stuff, some of you guys, you might just be the one that has to see a bioidentical hormone specialist to reactivate your own natural hormones, because your hormones are so bad. Matter of fact, they might be so dangerously bad that it's going to be really, really hard to reactivate them naturally, and it's going to take some time to do it. So you need to go to a specialist, not your family doctor. Go to a specialist. Okay? Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys at the next video. Have a great day.